Shout out to J&J.
So I just want to send a shout out to J&J Sports for having me once again.
This is, episodes, man. You guys got a real good thing going on.
Well, just this week, they've announced that NFL players are going to be allowed to play flag football in the Olympics.
Okay.
And, this was something that we talked about a year ago.
Yeah.
And we were kind of discussing if they're going to let NFL players play. I mean, we definitely said that former players would participate.
Mm.
But they voted 32-0 for the NFL owners to allow the players to play flag in 2028 in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be a maximum of one player for each team to participate, and each club's designated international player can also take part for their own specific country.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think, is one player per team fair?
Yeah, I can see, yeah. Like I said, they gotta kind of, I want it to be a mix. Like, I mean, I know it's gonna be a USA team, but definitely like a mix of, okay, which star players make sense. If they're choosing one quarterback, like for one position, you got to look at all the quarterbacks and which one is, of course, I would say Jalen Hurts. I would say somebody like Lamar Jackson or somebody who's, you know what I mean? Not knocking Mahomes, but, even though he's probably going to be a quarterback. But, yeah, just stuff like that. Who's really been doing running back? Saquon Barkley, stuff like that. So just the spots that people deserve right now.
Yeah, Roger Goodell came out and said he thinks this news represents a great opportunity for the sport, for the NFL. It's truly the next step in making NFL football and football a global sport for men and women of all ages and all opportunities across the globe. They think it's the right thing to do, and this is a big step in accomplishing that. Did they make the right decision?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Like I said, it's something new too, James, that they're kind of tapping into. So I'm pretty sure they're trying to tap in. Like, we're gonna try it and see if this works, or do we need to make some changes? So I think they're just trying it out. After this first go around, they'll know how to set it up for sure.
Yeah, and I think in some ways there's an advantage for especially the American players because it's taking place in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's where everything really take place at. So yeah, it makes sense.
They definitely need to put in some Chargers and some Rams players in there.
Oh yeah, they gotta put well, he's in retirement, but Aaron Donald, I would say, but that's only if he's up to do that.
Yeah, former players can play for sure.
Okay, yeah, so he'll probably be in there.
The NFL Vice President of Operations, Troy Vincent, said we are now on a global stage, which is exciting. We can bring America's greatest game to the global stage.
Yeah.
So will this global reach expand the NFL?
Yeah. Even though the NFL really don't need expansion, that's probably one of the biggest platforms. But no, that's definitely going to triple it.
Yeah, the next step is the NFL Players Association needs to talk to the national governing bodies and the Olympic authorities. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be rosters of 10 players chosen by each country's National Olympic Committee.
Okay.
So I had completely forgot about, the U.S. Olympic Committee choosing the players.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they're going to work closely with the NFL?
Yeah. After this event, I think it's going to be, because they want to make it an every year thing. They want to make it an ongoing thing. So they're going to work together.
Yeah, it was October 2023 when flag was voted in. And, we spoke about that on the show. So if y'all want to go back and check out that previous episode. The NFL announced it's going to begin working with the NFLPA and allow current and former players into the Olympics. So I'm kind of curious, are any players going to say no?
Nah, I wouldn't see. Because I think this is something exciting that everybody probably wants to try. So I don't think it'll be no, and just unless it's like some stuff that they put out to where it's like it's, you know what I mean. But I don't think I'm gonna say no.
Do you think the players should be worried about injuries?
Possibly. Depends on where you're at. But like I said, it's flag football, so it's not gonna be too physical, so they should be okay. If it's flag, I don't know if it's regular, then yeah.
Well, yeah, they had recently moved the NFL Pro Bowl into a flag football type of game. Yeah. And I wonder if that has anything to do with them being accepted into the Olympics or saying NFL players will be allowed to play.
I think that kind of plays a part in it for sure. Yeah, I think it plays a part.
Which one do you think is the greater honor, Pro Bowl or being an Olympian?
I think an Olympian. I'm gonna be honest with you, because Pro Bowl, that's kind of like a black top basketball, like the superstars playing against each other. You know, that's just like a regular game, but like Olympic level, that's like world, national. I think that's a big, yeah, for sure. And then you get medals at the same time. So.
Yeah, I know it's going to be 5-on-5, and they're going to have the center hiking the ball to the quarterback after from taking a knee. But then once they hike the ball, they're allowed to go out for a pass.
Oh, okay. So they're switching it up, because I think Pro Bowl, were they allowed to do that? The centers? I don't think.
I don't think specifically, but I know. It will be interesting to see, because this is like the international rules that they're working
doing.
on.
Okay.
And I'm kind of curious about just playing in general and what's going to be more important, the pass rushing or coverage skills.
That's for coverage skill. Probably the pass rush. I think. Yeah, I'll say the pass rush.
Yeah, because I guess if you're able to get the quarterback rattled, then they're going to start throwing some bad balls.
Absolutely. You kind of challenge him, and that's going to be hard because it's flagged. So, well, not really, because you have an opportunity, but it's all up to the receivers. If they can get open and get out there.
And I was kind of curious about, who they're going to pick. I mean, somebody like Travis Hunter would be an excellent
That
pick.
would be, and he's getting a lot of attention right now, so I wouldn't even be surprised if they, let them new guys come in. Now, question, James, is this going to be happening after the season, NFL season, or is this kind of like during?
It'll be during the summer.
During the summer? Oh, okay.
Right before preseason.
Right before. Oh, yeah, so that's going to fire some things up then. Yeah, I like it.
And I was kind of curious, you'd have someone out there like Travis Hunter, and that's what teams would want. But, would the focus be more so on the wide receiver, the cornerbacks, or maybe a hybrid like Hunter is?
If Hunter is out there, they're going to focus more. They're going to focus on both if they give him the opportunity to do both. But whatever side he's on, they're going to focus on that, for sure.
And I was kind of curious about the quarterbacks. Are they going to bring one or two? I mean, if somebody like rolls an ankle or something.
Yeah, I think they should have at least 2 or 3. In case 2 or 3 for sure.
Well, and it is possible to see maybe a wide receiver who has like high school experience playing quarterback. Maybe they can always plug that person.
Right. I know there's going to be some trick plays. They probably let happen. Some trick wide receiver throw plays. I can see that.
So let's make our fantasy flag football teams.
Let's do it.
I thought, because it's 10-person team, so they're probably going to take 5 from the AFC, 5 from the NFC. So starting with the AFC, I thought wide receiver from the Bengals, Jamar Chase. Is that a good, solid pick?
Yeah, that's definitely a good pick for sure.
And then I was thinking they got to bring a corner. So Sauce Gardner, he's the best corner in the league. So from the Jets, I think they definitely.
I'll take Sauce.
And then quarterback from the AFC. This one was a difficult selection, and because you're only allowed one player per team, I had to go with Patrick Mahomes here, and that mainly has to do with the fact that he's such a superstar, and that putting him on this flag football team makes sense.
Yeah.
So the Baltimore Raven that took Lamar Jackson's spot here was Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
A running back will be important here, too.
Game. Absolutely. And he deserves that spot, too. Yeah, for sure.
And then we've got Danielle Hunter, linebacker from the Houston Texans, and he's going to serve as the pass rush from the AFC.
I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
And then looking at the NFC, we had Derrick Henry's counterpart, Saquon Barkley, for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's no question, man. And then they're saying, James, he might be on the cover of the football Madden game, so he's shining right now.
And then wide receiver for the NFC, I had to go Justin Jefferson.
Oh, that's no question.
Sort of like
they need somebody to match Jamar Chase.
It'd be great to see if you get the two of them on the field at the same time on either side.
I know, right?
That would be major for a
That'd be
quarterback.
that'd definitely be crazy.
Do you think that LSU is probably going to be represented pretty heavily in the flag
Yeah,
football.
yeah, it's definitely gonna be represented pretty good, especially if you have them two. Now if they're on the same team, it's legendary. That's not even fair, honestly. If
Yeah,
both
they
on the-
will be on the same team.
Yeah. Oh, they will.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. So that's not even fair then. So whatever team that they're on, they winning that for sure. Because it's like you got to deal with Jefferson's speed, and then you got to deal with Chase's. They both have speed, and they both can kind of work off each other. So it's gonna be fun.
And then another wide receiver, I couldn't leave this guy back
Yeah,
in
of
Dallas.
course.
We got CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I think some of the things that he would do, he would be good for some trick plays, and he's just really good at evading people in the open field.
Yeah, and he can catch. He catch tough passes. Like he's good.
And then I had to bring a New Orleans Saint along, linebacker Demario Davis.
Yeah.
One of the best linebackers in the league.
Absolutely.
And then at quarterback, we got a young guy, Jaden Daniels from the Commanders.
Yeah, he deserves that spot. He had a heck of a first rookie season, and he's gonna keep getting better and better. So yeah.
And then cornerback from the NFC, the Chicago Bears, Jalen Johnson.
Okay.
So it looks like we're bringing along two corners, a lot of wide receivers.
Yeah.
I said two quarterbacks just so you'll have a backup just in case. And then, you got to bring those pass rushers and the running backs.
Oh yeah, we got to. We have to.
So the team may not end up looking like this, but do you think we might be pretty close with some of these?
No, you were definitely gonna be pretty close. I know they're for sure, like you said, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. I know they're probably gonna add Patrick Mahomes. I know they're probably gonna add some of those guys. Yeah, some of those guys I can see like this. That.
Yeah, y'all, please let us know what you think about flag football now being an Olympic sport. I think it's fantastic, and the fact that NFL players are allowed to play too. That's great.
Absolutely.
Let us know what your fantasy team would be in the comments.
J&J Sports.
Coming to y'all live in 2025.